too with a person I've connected with in Germany. So we're able to collaborate or communicate using that. And more, I find myself translating into other languages. It's truly a global organization that we've got going on here. It truly is. I mean, most of the subscribers I'm getting are outside the United States.
And that's why I was saying when I did my share, in the Thrive the other day, is don't discard that as not being a spiritual connection, because it is a spiritual connection the moment that you are engaged with someone clear across the other side of the world who shares the same interests, and it sparks something within each person to say, wow, look at that.
Yes.
I'm talking and engaging with someone clear on the other side of the world, and there's a sense of oneness.
Yes, there is. Yes, and that has come up with Romualdus, who is another Thrive connection that is over in Iceland. He's actually Lithuanian, but he has been, I don't know if he's using Translate or what, but he's able to converse in English, and he's like one of us. He is a seeker, truth holder, messenger. I mean, he gets it. He knows these things. So he and I have been collaborating quite a bit, and that's what was interesting the other day when you sent me that link to Alex Collier. That was the exact website that Romualdus was pointing out as saying, hey, you've got to check this out. Now, I didn't actually see that one. I saw the other one in '96 about him being at the ranch where he was amongst his own people and everything was la land and very good. So I've yet to see it, but it was just, it just astounds me when these kind of coincidences come up. And of course, we know about coincidences.
There's no such thing as coincidence. It's all divinely ordained.
Yeah, and there's just no questioning it. So I just, it's these little things like that that just keep occurring almost moment to moment. That's what's going on here. I feel like the kid in The Never-Ending Story, where he's up reading his book all night, and finally he's, out the window, he's shouting what the book is telling him to say. I mean, I can't get away from it. It's what's happening. I'm in this rabbit hole.
But that's the exciting part about it. That's part of the fun ride.
It is. It is a fun ride, and that's where I was saying, to most people, probably this would be like, ho-hum, what a boring existence. But it's not. It's the most exciting, adventurous, it's the most exciting journey you could ever have.
Yeah.
And, it's just incredible what's happening. There's no denying it. You can try. But
and to be honest with you, Stephen, I appreciate that we're having this conversation. I'm already recording you because I really would like to post this to Foster and Kimberly as a possibility, because you get people talking amongst each other within a forum, and you really kind of can spark a lot of gin up a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
And get a lot of momentum going. Yeah, it is, what they're doing is very important, but they're also working outside of the scope of person to person. They're working on a much larger and grander scale with corporations and trying to get free energy and whatnot. But the way I see it, the change is not going to happen it's going to happen overall, but it's the one person who's going to start rolling the snowball, and that's going to add up, and that's going to add up to other people, and so I think it's really going to take people like you and I to just start conversation with each other. How's it going? What's going on? What's new in your life? And eventually that's going to get more people interested in being vulnerable. Really, that's all it is about. It's how difficult has it been in the past, putting that aside and looking at a new way of being, and having a different type of mindset. Little by little, you're going to get there.
And that's exactly what is happening. This is the way I perceive it. that you and I and others like us, we are the initiators. We are getting that ball rolling in whatever roles we're playing.
Absolutely.
If you are bringing light and I'm a messenger, we each have our roles, and it becomes further defined the more we play out those roles. It becomes clearer. The process, perfection is a process. It doesn't just come to you all at once. I suppose it could, but most of us, it's going to be through intent and effort, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and truthfully, like you say, I don't see this as any different than sitting around a corporate roundtable and brainstorming. So that's essentially what we're doing. We're brainstorming. How do we get from here to there?
Yes.
And what has worked for you? And, what new exciting tidbit have you found about yourself?
Yes, it is by doing it, and this is how it is done.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And that's why we're here right now having this conversation, and why we've had them in the past recently. So the whole
Which
reason...
brings me to, I can't wait. I'm at the tip of my toes trying to anticipate what it is that you're going to say with, you have this thing in your email, and I don't have the email in front of me, but you're saying that everything's coming at you so fast, so
Yes.
I want to hear all about it.
Well, it is still in line with the messages. I'm not.
You're talking about the messages that the messages that I was hearing in other languages. Are we?
It is that. It's all the messages. It's the ones that you are getting. You have like several channels going there. You have a dream channel where you're getting revealed these messages in what could be the ancient Hebrew. It could be an ancient angelic language or a Sanskrit. There's debate about what is the original language.
Yeah.
And that is one avenue that's being pursued. The other one is your channelings that you received in the garden. Those, I think, are important. And
You're talking about the Council of Saturn.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, those. And the ones that, the messages I get, and I just filled out the experiencer survey because I've had this trans-dimensional experience back in 1974, and I saw this light being, and I have further described that in a few instances and produced some images that were close to what I saw. And then I saw this guy on Alfred Lambermont Weber, the other guy. His name is Ray Hernandez. And he described the exact same scenario, the same experience, exactly what he saw, how he felt, his reaction. The way he described it was just, like it was verbatim from my own mouth. So I was just astonished at this, and I found him online, and he's part of this group called the Experiencer Forum, or I can't remember if it's a conference or a group, but it's headed up by Edgar Mitchell, who is the sixth man to walk on the moon. Not that NASA gives any credibility to any of this, but at least he is an experienced and intelligent person, and I kind of got the sense that this was a scientific research thing that I could participate in. And so I did. I kind of hemmed and hawed about giving my personal information out. And then finally, without fear or tribulation, I just put it out there. And I know that I'm going to end up on some blacklist. If I disappear against my will, or they find me drowned in the Skeeter Pond out back.
Steven, stop right there. You're genning up fear.
Yeah, it's
How do you know that? You can't,
Well, if it happens, it's not because I fell down and hit my head. So, no, I understand.
Remember that what you think about, you're creating. So just don't think about it that way. Just look at it a different way.
No, there are things that are have become very clear to me about the reality of things, and they're incontrovertible. They can't be argued with. They are They are so by their own revelation. You can't really change it. So I'm just the messenger. If it looks like I'm making it up, it's because I'm in error in my interpretation. But the interpretation has been getting better and better as the messages keep coming in. And the messages come in a way that they are revealed to my mind. It is through insight. It's not through some kind of apparition that comes out of the crystal, or the materialization of Moranian and Visayas, from Andromeda. It just comes directly into my mind, and it's like a gift, but you have to ask for it. When you ask for it, there it is. It comes to me every time, almost without delay. As long as the channels are clear and the distractions aren't there. So yeah, the stream of and adding great clarity into what's actually going on. And one of the things back in the 3D world type of scenario with Jade Helm, this became clear to me, that the Jade Helm is a giant experiment in fear and control, and it will certainly work if enough people fall for it. If enough people believe that, oh yeah, this terrible thing's going to happen. Well, the greatest, the idea I came up with is the ultimate false flag. The ultimate false flag would consist of the power structure creating an event that looks like it's an astronomical event. Say, for instance, an asteroid. I think that what they would do is create a huge plasma ball that would strike the atmosphere, would eliminate all power to all devices, and make it look like it was, it came from outer space, what do we do? Well, this is why, they have the underground facilities. They'll go underground. They'll leave the rest of us up here with enough military to mop us all up into the FEMA camps. This is what I see. This is the possible scenario if enough people fall for it. I think this is what's going to happen. Again, only if enough people succumb to fear and actually, and make it happen.